Hey guys, it's me Josh, and for this tutorial I kind of wanted to do like a neutral of all neutrals. It's very simple. I guess you could call this like an everyday tutorial. I mean, it's all out of makeup, but I mean for me I guess it'd be an everyday tutorial. If you guys want to find out what's going on in this tutorial and how I made this, please keep watching. I'm just going to start off by filling in my eyebrows. I just use eyeshadow. I don't really use anything too, crazy. I kind of just use whatever dark brown to light brown eyeshadow, and I just kind of make sure that I fill those in and blend them out. I'm going to take my hard candy concealer. I'm just going to sculpt out my brows. I'm actually going to take this concealer and bring it down to my eyelid and set that with some light eyeshadow just as a base. The key to any smoky eye is working from your lighter shades to your darker shades, and for me, I kind of messed up because, my brush was dirty, so I got a little bit darker. Oh well, what are you gonna do? But just make sure you blend everything out and smoke it and make it look good. And remember, if you put any cream concealers on your eye, just set them with the eyeshadow and you'll be fine. Now, I wanted this to be really smoked out, so I'm taking some eyeshadow and I'm starting with my dark brown, and I'm putting on the lower and upper lash line, and then I'm going to be moving it down to even darker brown, and I'm going to be oh wow, I fucked up, look at that. You know what, we'll get back to it later, but basically what you're going to do is you're going to smoke everything out. I'm also using gray just to blend everything, and I'm going to clean that up with some concealer just because I kind of took away from the actual highlight, and remember, set it. I'm going to be tightlining my upper lash line. I'm only going to be going halfway across my lower lash line just because I want it to look simple. And make sure you blend that out with some black eyeshadow and put on some mascara. You know, the usual. You've probably seen this in 1,000 other tutorials. Now I'm going to prime my face with something different. I'm going to use my setting spray, and I'm just going to spray it all over my face. I'm going to be taking a lighter foundation and a darker foundation and mixing them together to kind of get my skin tone. I'm going to be adding the lighter foundation where I want my highlights and my darker foundation where I want my contours. This is kind of how I do my makeup for all my clients and basically for any foundation. I felt like I lost a lot of that highlight, so I'm going to take MAC Longwear concealer and I'm going to be adding that in there. I didn't want it to be as intense, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be taking a sponge just to diffuse it a little bit. I would say the way that I like to do my foundation is I like to add my light colors where my light colors are, my dark colors where my dark colors are, and I'll warm it up if I need to like I'm doing now, and then I'll set my face with those same colors using either eyeshadows or actual setting powders. You can use whatever you want. Makeup is however you want to use it, whatever works. For some reason people think that what I do is pretty, so I keep doing it. I'm going to make sure that I bake my face and do all that stuff, and you'll actually see very soon that I'm going to be doing sort of with my translucent powder a more intense bake on the tops of my cheekbones and below them, just because I want to keep it there and let it set while I do my lips. I'm going to prime my lips. You can use whatever you want, and then I'm going to be using lip liners as a base before I put on my actual lipstick. I'm just going to be using NYX lip liners. I'm going to start off with this one, which is kind of just a natural lip liner, and I'm just going to kind of overdraw my lips a little bit, but then I'm going to be taking an even darker lip liner and putting that in the inner parts of my lip to sort of ombre them and then mix them out. I'm going to be taking MAC Whirl, I'm going to be putting that sort of in the middle of that lipstick, kind of as our highlight. And then you're going to be adding a NYX lipstick that's a little bit darker. It's a purple. It's kind of like what you did with the lip liners. And you're going to just add those in your darker areas. And you'll see that I actually overlined it just because I felt like my lips need to look a little better. I find it so satisfying when lipstick actually works. Like, God, gee, look at that. Yes. And I'm just going to clean it up with some more foundation. Then you're going to set that with some translucent powder. Whatever works. Make sure you blend out that baked, and look at that, you look great. Anyway, we're going to take 2 blushes from Milani and we're going to be putting that in our cheeks just because I feel as though The key to a perfect cheek is to blend it out with your contour, then your blush, then your highlight. You can do whatever you want, but it's what's worked for me. I'm just gonna set my face and you're done. It's really, really easy. This turned out a hell of a lot better than I thought it was going to, but I mean, if you like it, like it. If you wanna comment and tell me something about it, please do. If you guys have any recommendations on how I should edit my videos, just let me know. I'd love to hear that. I'm going to be trying to put out a video every single week. I'm not sure if it's gonna work out because I get busy and things happen, but I mean, I'll try for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and thanks. Yeah, that's it.
Ooh, she's been a bitch tonight. The face is beat for some reason. It's looking good. I'm gonna slip and fall though, and something wrong is gonna happen. Bring them on, honey.